What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Ben Wright Reactions. Today we got a video from Top 10 Fun Facts. Really cool channel. Everybody should go check that out. But this one's entitled 10 Shocking Psychology Facts That Will Change How You See the World. This just sounds fascinating, interesting, and probably useful. So let's check it out and see if we learn anything. Here we go.
Think you've got your mind all figured out?
Of course
Think
not.
again. What if we told you that talking to yourself can actually boost your focus, or that just the
Awesome.
smell of coffee can lower your stress? In this
I
video,
would have to agree
we're
with you.
uncovering 10 jaw-dropping psychology facts that will make you rethink everything you know about your brain and behavior. Number
right.
1, attention economy. Let's start with the big one, the attention economy. Ever wonder why you keep watching video after video when you were just trying to watch one?
Yes, I do.
That's because platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok are designed to suck you in.
And they're
Features
good
like
at it.
infinite scrolling and autoplay exist for a reason, to keep you hooked. These
Yeah.
companies make money from your attention, so the longer they keep you staring at your screen,
Ad
the
dollars.
better. Think about it. You sit down
They're
for
really
a
good
5-minute
at it.
video, and 2 hours later, you're watching a panda sneezing in slow motion. Why? Because
'Cause it's
everything from the
awesome.
layout to the algorithm is built to grab your attention and never let go. It's like a buffet where you never get full and they keep bringing out dessert. Your brain loves it, and before you know it, you've forgotten what fresh air even smells like. Number 2, the choice paradox. Having countless options might sound like a dream come true, right? Not necessarily. Think about those nights
get
when
it.
you scroll endlessly through Netflix, only to end up watching nothing. That's the
Yeah, that sounds like every night for me. But I digress.
dilemma of having too many choices at play. Our minds get overloaded with choices. Rather than acting quickly, we begin to second-guess ourselves, asking questions such, what if this movie isn't good? What if there's a superior option? What happens if I change my mind? Decision fatigue results
Yeah.
from this when our minds essentially say, you know what? Let's simply spend the evening staring at the menu. It is ironic
Done that
that we may
before.
be happy when we have fewer alternatives. However, no matter what you choose, you're left feeling let down when faced with hundreds of shows, thousands of goods, and infinite recommendations.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel let down. You're a little in shock that you couldn't find anything. It's an odd place to be in. Like, how can none of this
My
satisfy
friends,
me?
the fight is genuine. Number 3.
Agreed.
Echo chambers. Let's now discuss echo chambers. At this point, the internet turns into a big room full of individuals who share your beliefs. Does it sound comfortable? It is, in
Sometimes.
fact, kind of a trap. Social media algorithms are
Agreed.
set up to present you with material that supports your values and areas of interest. It's how they try to keep you interested. The drawback, though, is that you won't be exposed to fresh concepts or other
Yeah.
viewpoints. It's similar.
Yeah, you can't really get a well-rounded opinion if you're only getting fed one side of the story, and there's rarely two sides to every story. There's probably more times 3 or 4. This kind of goes back to one about how the social media sites keep you hooked. It's one of their little tricks. But I digress. We'll carry on.
Similar to having everyone in the room nod in agreement with what you say. That may seem good at first, but it really inhibits your capacity for critical thought. It's
Yeah.
easy to forget that there is a vast world of
No new
perspectives out
ideas.
there when you only see the facts that support your viewpoint. Therefore, if it seems like everyone always agrees with you,
You're
you may be
probably
trapped
wrong.
in an echo chamber created by the internet. Number 4, overwhelming information. Have you ever felt that there is so much knowledge out there that your head is about to blow up?
All
That's
the
known as
time.
information overload, and it does exist. We have instant access to more information than we could ever need thanks to the internet, including 27 new emails you
Yeah, this
received
is
while attempting
so
to
true.
focus on something else, social media updates, breaking news, and miscellaneous trivia.
So we have
Our brains
easier
can only
access.
handle so much information before they hit the I'm done button. This makes it hard to filter out what's important, which is why you might find yourself
The I'm done, but I need to get me a t-shirt made. I remember the easy button. I need to get me the iButton T-shirt. I'll look into that.
Obsessively checking news updates while forgetting to respond to your friend's text. So if you feel overwhelmed by all the things you're supposed to remember, just know that your brain is
I'm horrible
probably
at
fried from
returning
the
texts.
overload. Number 5. Dopamine feedback loops. Here's where things get a little more addictive. Literally.
Yeah.
Social media and digital platforms are built around dopamine feedback loops. Every time you get a like, a comment, or even a notification, your brain releases dopamine.
All of these seem like they revolve around social media. It's like psychology hacks for social media. Yeah, dopamine. If you guys want to hit me up with some dopamine, feel free to like and subscribe. So true. It could be a positive thing and a negative thing if it's not positive responses. But I'm starting to think that all these have to do with the internet.
The chemical that makes you feel good. This is the same chemical responsible for that rush you get when you eat chocolate or win a game. Your brain gets more and more addicted to the dopamine rush the more likes and alerts you receive. Naturally,
Sad
you
but
continue to
true.
check your phone, driven by the need for that next hit of dopamine. Because social media businesses are
Such
aware
a-
of this, they have built their platforms to entice users to
I've been guilty of this, and as someone from my generation and age, it's such a weird feeling when you realize, what am I doing? It's odd, and it's funny too. You're just like, wow, I'm at this. Wow, okay. But it's true. Everybody's looking for the next hit of dopamine, doing pretty much anything to do. That's why we do anything, really. That and money.
to
But
return
money
again
gives you
and
dopamine.
time again. You feel as though your mind is always thinking, just one more check. And before you know it, an hour has passed and you're still waiting for that one person to
day has
respond to your
passed.
text. Number 6, identity and social comparison. Not only can you share pictures of your lunch on social media, but we may also fall victim to the peer comparison trap there. The highlight reels of your friends' life.
I work in a restaurant, and there's way too many people taking pictures of their food now. It's crazy. I think Saturday Night Live should do a skit where they pretend like it's the '80s, and everybody's walking around with Polaroid cameras taking pictures of their own food. I think it would be hilarious. But yeah,
Lives, with their well-manicured images, new jobs, and trips, make you feel as though your own life is, well, sort of dull in comparison. The worst part is that nobody is giving you their actual lives,
Yeah.
just their greatest moments. You're contrasting their highlight reel with your
I think we used to call
behind-the-scenes
it
footage.
keeping up with the Joneses.
Constant comparison can cause anxiety, loneliness, and feelings of inadequacy.
And it's
Not
pointless.
to mention the potential identity problem that follows. Really, who are you? You could not be the same person online as you are IRL, which might lead to confusion. Number 7, the impact
Or
of
other
Google.
things.
Have you ever searched something on Google and then promptly forgotten what you found? That exemplifies the influence of Google. Because information is always readily available
Yeah.
to us, our brains have become so used to it that we no longer try to recall anything. When we have Google at our fingertips, why keep information in our minds?
Yeah, I think my brain has learned that it doesn't have to retain as much information as I used to. When I was younger, I used to memorize everybody's phone number just to have it. It was this thing. Now we have phones that do it. I don't have to remember this because I can just Google it later and it'll still be there. I think it's more of a retention deficit, and I think a lot of it is by choice because we just know that you don't have to anymore. You don't have to memorize people's phone numbers. You don't have to memorize or anything. You just look it up. It's crazy.
Long-term memory is not as well served by this, but it is excellent
Probably
for
also
rapid
true.
replies. We learn less the more we rely on the internet for information. Furthermore, GPS is affecting our perception of orientation in the same way. When people
Also
truly
true.
needed to know how to go somewhere, do you recall? Yes, I agree. Neither did I. Number 8, digital compassion and linkage.
Just paid attention.
Technology has made it simpler
Read the
than
signs.
ever to interact with others, but it has also made it more difficult to really comprehend them. Body language, tone of voice, and facial emotions are all part of face-to-face communication. However, on the internet, all that's left are text.
Yeah, a lot gets lost, especially in text messages. Especially people my generation or age. Sarcasm's lost. A lot of sarcasm gets lost, or I don't know how to convey it in like emoji form yet. Or part of it's my fault, but yeah, the phone call is a lost art. It's probably gone forever, which is amazing. It's crazy.
Messages, emoticons, and the odd
Yeah.
GIF. This deficiency of nonverbal clues may cause
like GIFs.
miscommunication. Although it may seem like someone is being unkind to you, they are simply preoccupied. Empathy and connection are more difficult to experience in the absence of those additional social cues. Therefore, perhaps
Yeah.
give your buddy some leeway the next time they respond with a single word.
Tone,
They're probably
volume.
just stopped in traffic, not angry. Number 9, the disinhibition effect online. The internet disinhibition impact is an entertaining one. Have you ever observed that individuals seem to be much bolder or meaner online than they
Well,
do in
yeah.
person? This is due to the anonymity and distance that the internet offers.
Yeah, you can't get punched
Saying
in the
hurtful
face.
things is simpler when you don't have to watch for the other person's response. Number 10, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
FOMO. Finally, we have FOMO, or the fear of missing out. Social media is basically FOMO fuel.
This
You
has
see
always
everyone's
kind of been a
fun
thing
parties,
too, but-
exotic vacations, and hashtag best life moments, and suddenly
This one's also always been kind of a thing. It's more prevalent now with social media and everything. But yeah, you're really not missing anything, especially if you're sitting there watching it on your phone. The only thing you're missing is everything that's actually going on around you.
you feel like you're missing out on everything. But here's the reality. Everyone's just showing the highlights. You're not
Also
seeing the
true.
full picture. And constantly checking your feed for the next exciting thing isn't making you any happier. In fact, it's probably stressing you out more. So, next time FOMO strikes, remember, you're not actually missing out on that much. And there you have it. 10 ways the digital world is
10 ways.
basically hacking your brain. But now that you're in on the secret, maybe you can outsmart it.
Would have been a much better title for this video. Makes way more sense. Yeah.
Or, at least try. So, before you fall into another scrolling spiral, do yourself a favor.
I like that.
Close
Scrolling
this
spiral.
video, take a breather, and give your brain a break. Unless autoplay's already got you. In that case,
Put it
Good
on
luck.
autoplay. Quick, put it on autoplay. That was a pretty good video from Top 10 Fun Facts. I do believe it was mistitled, though. I didn't find any of those shocking, and like you said at the end, I believe this was supposed to be titled 10 Ways Social Media Hacks Your Brain, because every single one of them had to do with social media. And now that I've been doing this a little over a year, 2 years, or whatever it's been, I know I had a break there. But yeah, I can see how a lot of this works. There's a lot of psychology involved in this, and I'm learning, and it's probably why I'm not so good at it yet, but getting there, and I'll use some of these tricks on you people and see if any of it works. With that, if you guys out there have any other videos you would like me to check out, please feel free to put it down in the comments and like and subscribe. You'll get your hit of dopamine, or I will, or maybe. Either way, that helps me out. And once again, until next time, thanks for tuning in.